To create your first edit, all you have to do is brief hooks. Here, you'll specify the video you want to create. For example, I want to create a video about this product. Here, I'm going to the brand's website and the specific product I want to make a video about. I copy the URL for this product, go back to Hoox, and paste the product's URL. Next, I'll provide some information, some additional contextual details. For example, let's say you're a UGC content creator. That means you make content about products you actually use and enjoy. You really love this particular product and you want to share your honest thoughts about it. So you're talking about all the great benefits it has, but you're keeping your explanation simple and straightforward, just telling people what you like about it in your own words. You're talking to your audience as if they were your friends. That means you can speak in a relaxed, friendly way, making everyone feel comfortable and welcome. Here, you can add as much context as you want, sharing extra details or background information to help your audience understand your message better. It works just like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, or Claude. The more details you provide about what you want to create, the more precise the resulting script will be. Before starting the writing process, you'll be able to add a number of elements. Using the little paperclip here, you can choose to add media, either from your own computer. If they're videos, we'll integrate them, analyze them, and automatically place them in the edit. If they're images, we'll do much the same thing, except we'll also offer to animate those images into video to create B-roll. If you've already created this B-roll directly in Hoox, as I have, you can select them directly from your media library. You see, I already have a certain amount of content that's been created and that I want to add to my edit. Once you've added your media, you also have the option to play around with certain settings. The first one is, do you want automatic subtitles? Do you want transition effects between your sequences? In this case, I don't want any. Do you want B-roll? Yes, because I've added media here to illustrate my edit, and I also want to add music. You'll also be able to specify the target duration for your script between 15, 30 seconds, 1 minute, up to 5 minutes for content mostly intended for YouTube or VSL. Here I'm selecting 30 seconds. I can also play around with the aspect ratio. I prefer a vertical format since it's mostly for acquisition on Meta. Once I've set up these elements, I'll start writing the script. Keep in mind that you'll be able to interact with these elements in the editing section. Once you've filled in all these details, you'll see that my first script has been generated. This script is completely editable. If you want to change words or add more, you can definitely play around here. If you already have a script before this script generation part, well, just select all the text and paste your script right here. You can see the target duration for the content right here. And if you want to change some elements or shift the script's angle a bit, you can simply chat with Hoox in the bottom bar. In my case, I want to translate this content into English. So I'm going to type, I want you to translate this content into English, and we'll specify US. Just like it would work with ChatGPT, the AI behind it will follow your instructions. This content looks good to me, so I can move on to the next step. The next step is selecting the voice. You'll see that we offer a variety of voices. First, you'll be able to choose the language. Make sure to match and have a language that is, well, the same as the script you're going to use. So for example, here I have an English script, so I'll choose either British or American English. I can select the gender right here. And then you have a whole range of voices you can use, and you can also preview them. And once you've made your choice, I'll pick Jessica here, you can move on to the next step. The next step is selecting the avatar. I have a number of avatars here that have already been created. But if you've never created one, for example, you'll have the public Hoox avatars, which are standard avatars we've created for our users. In my case, I had already prepared my avatar, which is Carla. And for Carla, well, I simply created looks for her that show her wearing the sports bra I'm trying to promote in this content. So I can select the image for my avatar right here. Once I've selected my avatar, I can also choose to automatically animate media pulled from the URL we entered at the very beginning of the process. This isn't a mandatory step. Keep in mind that if you want to animate certain content, it will cost you 5 credits per image. And actually, all these images here that you see that you can select, deselect, will be animated into video with an AI engine for image to video generation. If you don't want to animate these media files, you can simply skip the animation. At that point, we'll retrieve the media that you added at the very beginning of the process. We'll also check, if needed, in your assets if we need to retrieve any new media. We'll create the voice. We'll create a transcription as well for the subtitle part. We'll analyze all your media. We'll place them as coherently as possible in your edit, and we'll also place your avatar within that set. And once this set is ready, we'll redirect you to what we call the studio, which is the actual editing tool for your content, and which will allow you to adjust a number of elements and finalize then your edit before moving on to the full generation of the video. But that part will be the subject of another video.